What's happening, everybody? Welcome. Another episode of FF Uncensored. And we're here and we're going to talk about something new that just came down the pipe. Some of you may know that we carry a protein bar called the David Bar, which came out probably less than a year ago. And the reason we love this bar is its protein to calorie ratio is about as good as you can get it. So what are they, 150 calories? Is that what they are?
Aren't they a little bit higher? I'll double check
Aren't
really
you
quick.
looking? Don't you have a box right there?
Yeah, but these are the new bars.
I know, but don't they have the nutrition facts on the box?
Do you want the new bars macros or the old bars?
I think they're about the same. They're pretty close.
Okay, so these new bars are 150 calories and 20 grams of protein per serving.
Okay. The other ones might be a little higher in protein.
They are. The other ones are 28 grams, which I thought they were a little which is why I thought they were a little higher in their macros were a little higher. That was why I was asking.
So I'm just kind of pulling it up here on the internets to give you an accurate representation. I mean, it looks like 150 grams, 150 calories, 28 grams.
Yep.
In the regular one. So about 150 calories. But the cool thing about these bars is most protein bars they're just pretty low on protein, right? So they're usually...
Isn't it amazing that you can market a protein bar and it doesn't even have to be 10% of the calories come from protein?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of... we could have a whole episode on what you can do from a food marketing standpoint. That doesn't quite make sense, but for another day. But one of the reasons we carry this bar is it's protein to calorie content, right? It doesn't have any added sugars, which is really important when we're looking at a bar.
I mean, I will caveat with that it has sugar alcohols.
Correct. So you kind of have to understand how you handle sugar alcohols as well. Some people get some gut stuff from them, but for the most part, most people do pretty well with them. And these bars work really well as just like something to get you through, right? A lot of people struggle with it like middle of the day. Maybe your sleep's been kind of crappy, right? And you haven't had enough coffee and you're hungry, right? Even though you're not really hungry, you're hungry, right? At that like 2 or 3 o'clock, and supper time's not till 5 or 6. And so rather than raiding the pantry, right, you can use something like this as that transition. It's not a high caloric load. It's going to have a bunch of protein in it. So it's going to help you feel more full, right? So you're going to feel like, okay, you kind of take the edge off a little bit of that hunger, and it gets you through without making bad decisions. And then you also get to dinner time or supper time not ravenous, which is also a really good strategy to not overeat.
Well, and the other thing that I like is that they are a little sweet. So if you're someone that craves sweets in the middle of the afternoon, like you eat lunch and you're tired and you want something sweet as a pick me up, this is a really great fill in for this. And we went with like the middle of the day, but this could also be a really great thing at the end of the night if you're a sweet craver and you had dinner and you want something. It's a great way to fill in the tool.
Especially the new bars. I would say the new bars have more of like a sweetness to them.
Okay, so the new bars,
the current ones.
Trevor and I both tried the double chocolate trunk, and we would explain the bar the same exact way. How did you tell me what the bar was like?
I said it was like a Three Musketeer, and almost like a moose inside.
And it was so good. It was light. Like I didn't feel like the bar sat heavy, and I ate the whole bar. In other bars, they're just pretty dense. But what I thought was really cool are some of the new flavors that come with these new bars. These are called gold bars or bronze bars. The other bars come in a gold container. These ones come in a bronze packaging. But they have a cookie dough caramel chocolate. They have the double chocolate one. They have a s'mores chocolate. And then they have a peanut butter chocolate.
Interesting. Which ones came? I don't remember which ones came to the gym to try. Which ones did you get? Just chocolate?
I just got the double chocolate.
Okay, I think that's what we got as well. And so, yeah, like there are tools out there, and this is one of those tools that can be in alignment with what you're working on. Most people don't get enough protein in their day, or they can't eat enough at meals. And I see this a lot with older people that maybe eat a little bit smaller of meals, right? Is they're just not getting enough in their meals. And so many times we'll talk to them about a protein shake or something like that, but some people don't like shakes. This is another strategy that you can use to get 20, 30 grams of protein, right? In just a simple, and it tastes good too. It's not like I have to choke this down. It tastes good. We've talked about it in the past, right? Older people need more protein, right? the mere fact that they don't digest protein as well as their younger self. And so they need more of it in order to hit their numbers. And then if you are training and you care about things like bone density and gaining or maintaining muscle, those kind of things, like, it becomes that much more important. Are you letting a dog out
Agreed.
right now?
I sure am.
Multitasking.
Well, it's a nice thing when you're portable and you're not stuck at the desk. But while all of those things are important, I got asked the other day about their decrease, like as you age, you decrease how much protein that you should be consuming. And someone asked me how much. And honestly, what I find with a lot of people is finding out how much you actually are eating now and increasing that proportionately and seeing if you notice changes and where you feel your best. We know that protein consumption, if you're eating enough protein, you usually can eliminate cravings. You can usually feel more satiated, so you're less hungry in between meals. It makes it easier to make better food choices, but you see the improvements in body composition as well, how your clothes fit. Like the scale weight doesn't necessarily change, but how your body is. All I have is composition, and that's I mean obviously what I just said. But if you make those changes and you start eating more protein, you should see those changes, and the increase can be as much as 10 grams per day, and just increasing that like every single day. And then after a couple weeks, did those changes help? Yes, let's increase it another 10 grams till we can get to 0.81 gram of protein per body weight, unless you want to go off the new food guide pyramid.
So the easy one here is a gram per pound of body weight, or you can, like, if you have access to like an InBody or something that gives you your muscle mass, we can go off the actual lean tissue in your body as well. But the easiest one is a gram per pound of body weight. And if you need to lose a significant amount of weight, let's say you're 300 pounds and you think your ideal weight is 200 pounds, you need to lose, right, 100 pounds. Don't go off of 300, go off of kind of what your ideal weight will be.
I will caveat that though, for a lot of people that have that much weight to lose, you don't necessarily want to cut all the way down to that's 100 grams is a big difference. I usually start someone a little bit higher.
If
Um,
if they were already eating 300,
yeah, most people aren't
or
eating 300
right, that's what I'm
grams.
like. 300 grams of protein is a lot, and so sometimes people that have a lot of weight to lose, like that's a big ask to get someone there, and so you're going to find a sweet spot, right, on where it can be.
All right. So with that, Trevor, are you recommending the new protein bar? Are you guys going to be carrying them at FX?
Yeah, I mean, I really liked them. To me, they were more desserty, for lack of a better term. Like, it just felt a little bit more like a candy bar, right, than the other bar. The other bars are good. I like them, and I have them on the regular basis, probably 3 or 4 a week. But this one had a different like mouthfeel, texture. It felt more candy bar like, and that's, if you're a person that needs dessert or really enjoys dessert, this could fill that need, right? Rather than saying I can't have dessert because it's not on my plan, it's like, okay, let's just swap out to something that is a little bit more supportive of what you're trying to do, right? It's a whole lot easier for our brain to accept that than for us to take away dessert and you can't ever have dessert again. Like, it's just not realistic, right? But
Exactly.
a swap like this can work really well because it is 150 calories, which is next to nothing. Like, it's a very small amount of calories. If you think about if we're eating 1,500, 2,000 calories a day, it's less than 10%.
Well, and then I wonder what the calorie count is in a Milky or a Three Musketeers. I'm gonna look.
Well, let's just look that up quick. So, Three Musketeer candy bar. So,
270 gram.
240 calories. So 240 calories, 1 gram of protein, 37 grams of sugar, right? And like, here's the thing, and we've talked about this in the past, is like, not all calories are created equal as well, right? A calorie from protein is different than a calorie from carbohydrates or from fats, because our body actually uses a lot more energy digesting protein than it does digesting carbs and digesting fats. So not all calories are created equal. So if we do have a higher protein type thing, our body will handle it much different. Probably won't have the blood sugar rise that I would if I ate those same amount of calories from like a candy bar, which is essentially pure sugar.
Exactly. So we encourage you this year to make a swap, try out something new, and we will be carrying these bars for you guys to sample.
Absolutely. That's all we got. Till next week.
Later.
See ya.